Just like I was welcome back to today's video. Today I'm reacting to 3 scary new house horror stories by Mr. Nightmare. Now the Mr. Nightmare videos lately have been banging. Y'all been loving them, so I just keep banging them out, you know what I mean? I was reacting to more horror stories earlier today. I feel like that's what this channel mainly is at this moment. Most of the reactions have been horror story reactions. I mean, they're honestly my favorite videos to film because I just love expressing comedy in a way, you know what I mean? I might not be funny all the time, but whenever I hear something, I like saying outrageous shit, funny stuff, you know what I mean? That type of thing. I like doing that. I like making these types of videos. You know, I also love my music reactions, you know, to critique music and critique things in the music industry. But these are honestly my favorite videos to listen to because I usually watch these in general by myself. I've actually fallen asleep to Mr. Nightmare videos. Like I put that on before I go to bed just so I can fall asleep listening to something, and I don't know why it doesn't creep me out, because just sitting there silently would creep me out more than listening to those stories. But I'm rambling right now. But Mr. Nightmare just released 3 scary new house horror stories. Came out like almost an hour ago. Y'all been loving Mr. Nightmare, so I thought I'd jump on another reaction. The last horror story thing I reacted to is animated. It is by Martin's Animations. The link to that will be in the description down below, as well as my gaming channel, where you will see me be using my new headphones. I also did a unboxing reveal. You know, I don't want to put that in the description. I'm lazy. Just go scroll 2 videos down after this and you'll find it. Alright, it's an unboxing review of these headphones. Honest review. You'll be seeing a new video, me testing out the microphone on that on my gaming channel. Link will be in the description. That video will probably be up tomorrow or something. Go check it out. Follow me on Instagram at Braden Stanford. Link is in the description as well. So yeah, 3 scary new house horror stories. Let's jump on into it. I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and leave the thing there. Who really cares? Imagine how creepy that would be if you just moved into a house and some paranormal shit, or you found out some homeless person was living there. How creeped out would you be? I'd be fucking petrified.
I bought my first house that I currently still live in 2 years ago. I was in the unpacking and settling in phase.
You still live in it?
At the time, I was single and living alone, but I just figured it was time for a house. I had a couple friends over to help me unload the truck full of boxes, and I paid them with food since they wouldn't accept money.
Hell yeah, I'll work for you, bro. That's what I do.
I hung around for a few hours after just to hang out.
We'll work for food.
When my friend Dale went to the bathroom, he came back and said he heard some noises from inside the walls, and that it sounded like there were some pipe issues.
Hobo in the wall.
I took note of it.
Hobo
and the 2 of
in
them
the
left
wall.
a little later. Since it was a Saturday, I stayed up pretty late on my laptop watching Netflix. However, I was hearing some light thumping sounds from above me, which was odd because my bedroom is upstairs.
I like to predict. When these types of stories come in and all these horror stories, I like to predict. I like to predict what's going to happen next. My prediction, personally, is that he has an attic, right? He has an attic he either didn't know about or he knew about and didn't check it out. Nothing's in the attic, and there was an attic. That's where this homeless person is living. That's why he's hearing it above them. And then during the day, just to be on the safe side, a homeless person will climb through the walls or explore through the walls. That's how he gets around the house without having this guy know. And now he lives in the attic to kill time. You know what I mean? That's where he sleeps. So I'm assuming that's what the case is going to be, because I've heard a lot of stories like these. And yeah, a lot of Mr. Nightmare stories. Some of them sound similar to other ones. I'll just say that.
Anything that could be above me would be the attic.
Oh, boom!
And I remembered Dale's comments about the noises from inside the walls.
Tell me I'm right.
The attic door.
Tell me I'm right.
And I actually had to take a deep breath because I was a bit nervous.
I wouldn't have went to go look, to be honest with you. I would have just stayed put in my room. Call the cops or something, you know? You can call the cops, and even if there's nothing there, at least you can say, like, I heard stuff in my house. You know, they can't fault you on that. They tell you not to call the cops over stupid reason. They teach you that in school. Like, if you see a mouse running across your floor, they tell you not to call the cops. That's legit an example they gave us in elementary school. Where I'm at, honestly, they said, this is a good time to call the cops if someone breaks into your house. That's a good time to call the cops. You see a mouse running across the floor, you do not call the cops. It's like a book, a pamphlet. That's actually something they gave us to like about that type of stuff. But you could call the cops saying you heard shit upstairs. They won't fault you on that. You know, I would have just been more safe than sorry. You know.
In the stairs into the attic and pulled the light switch down. One very dim yellow light buzzed on, just barely lighting up the attic.
Of course it did.
The noises in the wall stopped though. Either that, or the noises just weren't coming from the attic, I imagined. With no boxes up there yet. It was just basically a big empty space, and I could clearly see no one was up there. The only things in the entire attic were a couple giant framed paintings leaning on one of the walls. I went back down to my room and tried to get some sleep.
Maybe it's
I heard the noises
paranormal.
again.
Paintings are
Now I
haunted.
started to fear there was a small animal on the walls, like a raccoon. The sound still seemed to be coming from directly above my room. It had to be in the attic.
I bet there's an area
So
where that
once
guy,
more,
where a
I went
hobo
into the
could have
attic
hid.
and looked to where I thought would be directly above my bedroom. The thing is, the attic didn't seem to extend the entire length of the house. So there's a wall covering where the section above my room should be.
There's a hole there.
I
Watch.
walked over to the wall just to listen for potential noises. And I did hear noises from the other side of this wall. Then I looked at the two paintings leaning on the wall, how they were slightly angled. My heart started to race. I walked to the paintings and slightly angled one upwards off the wall, revealing a big hole in the wall. It took a few seconds for the reality
Boom!
to sink in.
I'm
As
the
held
shit. I
painting
know
in
my
an upright
shit.
position, the painting was suddenly pushed out of my grip to fall flat on the floor. I nearly had a heart attack.
Oh my
From the hole
fucking
came this-
god. Oh my fucking god. Oh shit. Oh fuck that. Oh, that scared the hell out of me. That's the thumbnail, and I was like, that's a creepy thumbnail, to be honest with you. I didn't expect that as a jump scare. You know what the funny thing is? I got inspired to do these types of stories. Well, I've always been a fan of Mr. Nightmare, or inspired to do these types of videos because of Blasphemous HD, because I thought his scary story reactions were funny as hell. I actually, like, say outrageous shit just like him. I'm like, I have the same mindset as this fool about scary stories and shit like that. I mean, I've always been a fan of Mr. Nightmare for, like, years, and I've always known about his videos, but I never thought about reacting to them until I was, like, a fan of Blasphemous HD's old videos. But I was like, how is he getting jump scared by these things? He used to get jump scared all the time. That was what made it funny. He would like, if that's happened, he would have thrown the headphones off and booked it. Like, he got jump scared. So I was like, how do you get jump scared by those types of things? But that honestly scared the fuck out of me, because I was just like cluing into what he said. He was like, and then the painting got pushed over from inside the wall, and I was like, what the fuck? And then boom, this little girl with her eyes fucking wider than Saturn, I don't know, just scared the hell out of me. And then I just heard it before I paused it saying something about they seen like someone pop their head out of it. I don't know, this is creepy as all living shit. I am not fucking with this house.
Thickly looking girl. She seemed to be high on something. She was shaking, making weird noises, and she would start this creepy laughing. She grabbed onto me and dug her nails into my shoulders so hard I screamed, and I pushed her as hard as I could off of me.
What the fuck? If at first I was starting to laugh because I was thinking of that Dave Chappelle joke, like high on something, when he was like, the lady jumped out the trash can. I can't put a clip in because it's owned by Netflix, so it's under copyright and all that stuff. Don't want to get this video taken down, but he was like, I was outside a club, and then just this girl popped out of a dumpster, and she was high on crack, like, hey man, I'm sick man, I'll suck your dick for $5, bro. And he was like, ugh, 2. That's what that made me think of.
She fell backwards into the secret
But
room.
what the
and I ran to
fuck?
the exit and shut the attic door behind me. I locked myself in my room.
She was
I called
laughing.
the police and reported that a crazy,
She was-
dangerous
she
person
was
was in my attic.
Fucking with you.
Cops arrived within 5 minutes. 3 cop cars ended up pulling up. There were a total of 5 police officers in my house. 4 of them went into the attic, and I heard the struggle. The girl screamed like a creature, and it sounded like she was trying to attack the officers, which led to her getting tased. They finally managed to get her in cuffs and carry her out of the attic and outside to one of the cars.
I don't know why that's
The girl
funny,
had
but
to be
it's
like
funny to
anywhere
me.
from 25 to 35 years old. But like I said, she looked sickly.
Can't tell when
While
I'm
the
crack, bro.
officers were still in the house, I went into the attic to examine the secret room. Inside was a pile of blankets, a dirty pillow, a lot of food wrappers, and human waste in one corner. It seemed as though this girl had been
shit
up
in
there for a
corner.
long time. It was truly a nightmare to discover this on my first night in my new house. The girl was taken to a nearby psychiatric center to get her the help she needed.
Imagine if he was like, motherfucker, if you just wanted a roommate, you could have just asked to move in. It's fine. Ah. Ads. Alright. Alright.
My dad helped me buy my first house when I was 28.
28.
I was never spoiled, but my dad always had a lot of
Seems a
money.
little late to get a
When
house,
I
to be
wanted a
honest with
house, he lent me a large amount of cash. The previous owners of the house were an elderly couple. As far as I know, the husband died many years before I moved in. The wife died just a few weeks before I bought the house.
So they're both in the house.
The son of the couple who sold me the house kept a lot of the furniture in the house for me, and he took only what he really needed or wanted, which made things easier for me, less for...
Now, if these are elderly people that are like joking around, boomers and shit like that, you know what I mean? You know the grandparents you prefer to see? That sounds bad, but like there's the grandparents that are always fun and happy, they always curse, they always give you candy, do whatever the fuck you want to do, always having a good time with them. Then there's the grandparents that are more calm, cool, and collected. You love them all equally, but it's like more fun at this particular grandparents' house. And if you're immature, like this couple, young souls with these couples, this guy's gonna move in, and these guys that both live there are gonna be like, "This is my house, bitch. Get out!" Just to scare the hell out of them, and they're just gonna go back off into hell, laughing their asses off. Like, I feel like that's what this is gonna be.
Furniture to buy. I did dump some of the more outdated stuff on the curb, though, including this old rocking chair that was sitting in the living room.
They're gonna be mad at you.
A lot of the furniture just had an older, creepy vibe that I didn't want in the house. The next day, I was cleaning out more junk in the upstairs section of the house for most of the day. A lot of it was heavy lifting, so I'd take breaks in between, and this ate up most of the day. I didn't really get an ounce of sleep the night before, as I have a mild form of insomnia which affects me certain nights.
What's insomnia?
The second night, having moved
I've
into
heard
the
that before. I
house,
don't know what it is.
I went out to get some Chinese for dinner because I had no energy to cook. When I got back, I was disturbed to find the front door was unlocked. Now, I truly don't remember if I had simply forgotten to lock it or
Dead
not.
boomers did it.
I wanted to believe I forgot, but it just seemed so unlikely I'd forget to do that, especially with my brand new house. I started flicking on every light of every room on the main floor. The more light, the safer I'd feel. I then proceeded up the stairs to do the same there, in the common area and in all 3 bedrooms. There was also a basement to the house that I'd only been down inside once at that point. It was not a big basement.
Block
like
off
you
the
would
basement.
expect,
That's where the
it was kind
demons
of just
live.
a small storage space where the washer and dryer happened to be.
Block the basement.
I was already feeling a lot more confident that I had just simply forgotten to lock the door, but I still had to check the basement before I could confirm this. I opened the basement door and I flicked on the light. As I got halfway down the stairs, I saw an old rocking chair sitting in the middle of the basement. I didn't remember it being there the first time I saw the basement, and when I stood over it, I could swear it was the same rocking chair I had thrown away the night before.
Bruh.
If not the...
Bruh, that is fucking creepy. The one you threw away, the one that probably the boomers that lived there before you always stayed in, and then like you go to put it on the curb, and then you come back and it's in probably in every horror movie you notice the basement, creepiest room in the house, or creepiest level of the house, either attic, basement, one or the fucking other, and it's just sitting middle of the basement, just a little basement, the one light, all that. You know you didn't put it there. By the way, you would have seen this when you're halfway down the steps. Why would you walk up to it? First of all, I would have just went the fuck back up and been like, all right, haunted. First, door is unlocked. I know I locked it. Now it's the previous owners. They all died and shit, and this is their rocking chair that's just chilling in the basement. I'm moving. Fuck that. You're like, oh my god, I could burn it. I don't know. To like figure something out. I'm not staying there, bro.
Same one, at least an identical one. I looked around the basement.
Yeah, someone's pranking you with
There wasn't
identical
anyone down
fucking
there,
rocking
so I
chair.
did calm down just a bit. I headed back upstairs to eat my Chinese food. I remember leaving the basement door cracked open though, which sat right next to the kitchen, and I started hearing rickety, creaking sounds from downstairs.
I knew the rocking chair was gonna
I
start.
ran to the basement door and I tried to turn on the light, but it wouldn't turn on this time. All I could think was, what the hell was that noise?
No.
I went to the kitchen to grab my flashlight from under the sink, and I went a quarter of the way down the stairs with the flashlight beaming down to the bottom, and I saw the rocking chair moving, and someone was sitting in it. It was an old woman with gray curly hair, glasses. She was dressed in a pink nightgown. Her head slowly turned to be looking up at me. I gasped and left the basement, closing the door this time.
That is some Conjuring shit. That is more Conjuring shit than I've ever heard. That is the creepiest story I've honestly ever heard on this channel. I could definitely say that for a fact. I've heard a lot of stories between different horror story channels that I've reacted to, Mr. Nightmare videos that I've watched. I've seen a lot of them, alright? That is the creepiest out of them all. That is some conjuring shit. You go down in the basement, you hear it rocking. First of all, the light won't turn on. And then you go down with the flashlight and you can fully see the lady just chilling there, pink nightgown, rocking back and forth in the pitch black. I am running out of that place, selling it. I'm sleeping in my car. I'm not staying long enough for something to get attached to me. You can have the fucking chair. Alright? If that's such a big deal, you can stay with me. I don't mind living with ghosts. I'll keep the fucking chair as long as you leave me the hell alone. Alright? You can rock the chair all you want downstairs. That's a good conversation starter. Be like, what's that noise when your friends come over? Oh, it's just Betty Ann, 75-year-old dead ass. She just I tried to throw a rocking chair out when I moved in, but she's ghost, didn't like it, brought it back in, put it down in the basement. She'll rock every now and then, it's normal. Like, I don't mind that, but like, don't be causing a scene. What the fuck am I saying? No, I'm not staying there. Fuck that.
What I was immediately thinking at that point. All I knew was I had to call the police. But when they came, they searched the whole basement with me, and we didn't find anyone. There were also no hidden compartments or exits down there where she could have escaped through.
Did he close the door and lock it?
At a certain point, the cops started looking at me like I was crazy. I knew it. And pretty soon they left. I had the contact details of the son of the couple who owned the house.
The lady who died in a pink nightgown.
So I called them up around 8 or 9 p.m.
Watch!
I described the lady to the best of my ability. He sounded shook and started to cry over the phone and said I just perfectly described his mother and her favorite nightgown. He said he'd be right over. He got to the house within the hour, and we went downstairs together. He seemed to be in shock the whole time. I could see his hand shaking. He ended up leaving with the rocking chair after a while of talking with me and being very emotional. It may have been emotional for him, but it was the scariest thing I could have possibly ever witnessed with my own eyes.
Yeah,
it still
true.
stands to be. I kept the basement door locked 24/7 after that, and I'd be scared to do laundry for months. But after half a year of nothing happening, it wasn't that bad.
Move the laundry.
I only lived in that house a year and a half, though.
Yeah, good idea moving. But that's right. You know why shit stopped? Oh, fucking ad. You know why shit stopped is because you got rid of the fucking chair. You gave it to someone who this lady trusts, who she loves. It's her son. You know what I mean? I would have done that in the first place. I would have been like, hey, if there's anything that your mom that had like a great appreciation towards, anything she liked, fucking take it. I don't know, donate it to charity, have them deal with it. But I'm not getting rid of this shit myself. I don't trust it. All right. I mean, yeah, that makes sense too, though. Because it's probably emotional for him. He's like, oh my god, you see my mom. Oh my god, crying, emotional mess. Like, it's like her ghost is still here. That's so amazing to hear. And he goes, yeah, amazing for you. I just seen this old lady I've never seen before in my life wearing a pink nightgown in an old wooden, probably antique rocking chair in a pitch black basement do this type of shit. Just be chilling here and go, fuck that. Take your mama, take your goddamn chair, get out of my house. Last story.
When I was 12 years old, my family moved to a new house in the countryside of Louisiana, located near a small village. We'd always lived in rural areas, definitely grew up unfamiliar to the city lifestyle or anything even remotely close to that. The property was 3 acres and very private. On the second night at the house, our dog Parker, who would sleep in my room, started barking and growling in the middle of the night. When he saw that I sat up in my bed, his tail started wagging, but he'd continue to bark and growl. I couldn't tell what he was looking at, though. He was just looking towards the corner of the room.
That's that conjuring shit. That's why the
checked
dog
the
died.
closet and nothing.
Conjuring
So I
too.
told Parker to shut up, and he did. But I did keep hearing him lift his head off his bed every once in a while, reacting to something. The next day, an older man came and knocked on the front door. My dad answered while I was in the living room watching cartoons. I heard the whole interaction. The old man introduced himself as Gene, the next door neighbor. My dad told me to come over and introduce myself, so I did. Gene seemed very
I thought it was going to
creepy.
be like some sinister shit now. When he comes over and be like, you have some balls to stay in that house. I never would have, especially since what happened there. Someone got murdered, so brutally murdered in that house. I wouldn't have had the balls to stay there. I thought it was going to be that type of shit.
And aloof. Even my 12-year-old self could realize that. But he seemed nice, I guess. The next day, I was in the backyard playing Pokemon on my Game Boy. My dad was in the front of the house
Pokemon
mowing.
Go!
The
I
rest
used to
of
have
my
that
family
Pokemon on
wasn't
that
home.
Nintendo DS.
Oddly enough, over walks Gene wearing the farmer's hat and overalls, talking to me in his thick southern accent, asking what I was up
Hey,
to.
boy, I want some candy?
He actually sat down at the table with me, which made me uncomfortable, especially considering he just walked into our backyard. Albeit there was no fence separating the front and backyard, but still. I told him I was playing Pokemon, and he knew what it was, immediately making Pikachu noises trying to be funny, but it was just unsettling. I started to realize there really
You say like, Pika Pika, fuck off, fuck off. Just be a dick to the guy.
was something off about this guy. My dad came to the backyard with a lawnmower, then turned it off when he saw Gene sitting next to me. He approached us and said hello with a smile, but I could tell based on my dad's face and tone that he was slightly confused what he was doing in our backyard. He never asked him that, but my dad told me I needed to go inside and wash the dishes. I knew he was trying to get me away from him. A few minutes later, my dad came in and asked me if Gene just walked into our yard, and I said yeah. That's when he told me he didn't want me around that guy anymore, and to let him know if I saw him again. It wasn't until a few nights later that I woke up to Parker growling and barking again. This time he was looking
It's him in
at
the closet.
window. I
It's him
got
in the
up to
closet.
open the window
Him
just
in
to
the
hear
window.
if something was going on out there. Quickly after opening the window, without seeing anybody out there, I heard Gene imitating Pikachu noises again, in his creepy old man's voice. I ran out of my room screaming Dad repeatedly. When I told my dad Gene was outside my window, he stormed
Are
outside
you trying
to
to
check.
lure him with that?
When he couldn't find him on the property, he went to Gene's house next door. But here's the twist. That Gene guy didn't live next door. An older woman answered the door and had no idea who he was. So my dad went to every single neighboring house, and nobody had ever heard of a Gene. My dad called the police to report
What
the
the
man.
fuck?
Police said they would be on the lookout for him, and it even made the news. We never again saw or heard from Gene, or whatever his real name
That
was.
explains how he just walked into your backyard. Like, probably just came from the woods. Fuck, he probably got a big old cabin in the woods where he stores baby skin. I don't fucking know. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you want me to continue reacting to those Mr. Nightmare videos, leave a like on this video. Yeah, like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Go down to the description. Real quick, do me a favor, real quick. Go down to the description. When you go down there, you will find my second channel, my gaming channel, Braden Games. We just hit 30 subs. Yay! Let's go for Braden Games. We just hit 30 subs. I'm going to be uploading on that probably later tonight. I also have 2 videos I'm planning on uploading tomorrow. I'm sorry to this dude. I can't remember his name, but he asked me to react to his music, and he just said he dropped like 3 days ago, and I still haven't reacted to it. I promise I will do it, and I'll get it up tomorrow, and I will also get another video up tomorrow that I'm working on, or that another reaction video that I'm gonna do. It's hush hush shit. All right, so I'm not spilling any secrets. But yeah, we got 3 videos coming out, 2 on this channel, 1 on my second channel. Go check it out. Gaming channel link is in the description. Follow me on Instagram, link is in the description as well. Go to the description, click all the links, subscribe, follow, do what you got to do on all of them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and peace or deuces. Fuck off.